Hello my friends, welcome back. It's episode 85. Let's continue.
But to that end, what if I were to accompany you? The monster is gone, the Magla-made distortion is visibly fading from our lands, the threat looming over the island has passed. That said, if I am to be a warrior priestess, then I feel I must learn what the world is like beyond our borders. Besides, if you were to hold the lance, you would lose your powers of magic, which would be inconvenient.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, a flow of some protective magla surrounds you. Yet, when the lance nears you, it seems to dispel that magic. I can only assume it's one of Dracodios's powers.
What? Hold on. Protective magla? You don't think she's talking about the king's magic?
What's come over you, Stroud? You seem distraught.
Look, can I talk to you for a second? There's something I want to test with Dracodios. Did you all see that? This changes everything.
I'll say. I was wondering how a whole dragon's worth of magla fit in such an ordinary-looking lance. Now I finally understand.
Your pardon, but might someone clarify?
He blocked it well enough, but the blow still landed. Our candidate was struck.
Yeah, you just risked your life on that theory, Stroll.
There's no doubt about it. This lance has the power to nullify the protection of the king's magic. That means, as long as you have this lance, any candidate can be killed. And if Luis knows that, it explains a lot.
Then I am well glad the brothers are not present to hear it. What a secret to have stumbled upon.
Maybe this is our chance. We can do what Grius couldn't, and this time, he wouldn't see us coming.
On our own this time.
But we're not the fledglings we were then. This time, we could do it right.
You would use it to take a life.
Yikes. We've been blabbing in front of Yufa.
Doesn't matter. We'll need it kept quiet that we know the lance is secret. And we can't ask that of her without giving a proper explanation.
I was the one who came asking to be included. No matter how heavy or grim your burdens, I would shoulder them alongside you.
Sheesh. Not much we can say when she puts it like that.
But how would such an assassination be enacted? Those brothers will make damn sure we turn the lance over.
A stealth mission's out. Last time there were hardly any guards about and we still barely managed to survive. I'd rather not push our luck.
We need some way to keep the lance and use it to strike Luis down. Well, Captain? Any ideas?
I'm going to presume that this is what happens.
We could try convincing the brothers to join our side.
No, I don't think that one's realistic. I doubt even I could sway them.
We need some way to keep the lance and use it to strike Luis down. Well, Captain? Any ideas?
How about we give him a fake lance?
There's a thought. After all, the lance has been shut up in a temple for ages. Not even Luis would know what the real one looks like.
Tis an easy thing to say, but are we even capable of making such a replica?
If you just need a visual double whipped up, that's certainly within my repertoire, what?
Oh, good. We've got a certified craftsman on board. Have at it then. Give us a lance to turn heads.
Yufa, knowing what we want to do with the lance, are you sure you still want to stick with us?
I did not falter in choosing my fate as a sacrifice. And I will not falter in this. Please, tell me everything.
Well,
You gotta tell her
settle in.
everything. She took her helmet off.
It's a long story.
So the prince is alive.
I know His Highness can guide us to a brighter future. Laugh at my hopes if you wish, yet...
I do not know or love this prince as you do. But I can tell, by your faith, he is not one to cast others aside.
For now, we need to figure out when and where to ambush Luis. Treasonous bastard who cursed him.
Well, if we're going to trick him with a fake, there's only one answer. Saint's Day. The city will be chock full of relics by then. Perfect for a bit of cover.
'Tis the same day Luis plans to attack Forden. No doubt he has the same advantages in mind. The relics will be presented at Altabri's Grand Opera House, yes?
Well then, you could try it while I'm singing. Long as I'm on stage, I can keep everyone's eyes on me.
I suppose it is time I face my destiny as well. In the name of protecting my people, I've no doubt my understanding of life itself will be tested. All I can do is hope for your support in my journey. Time to go!
Alright.
Not just the lance, but now we've got Yufa herself. Things are looking up. Maybe you just draw people to you, like the prince did. Strange to think of an understanding of life, though. I get it. It's just not something I thought about until recently. You think a fairy could find any meaning in that?
Never too late to find out.
Yeah. I hope I'll find my own answers someday.
Boom! We must be getting near the end of the game. She's
You on
now
our side?
6.
I know we'll figure it out.
I will go tell my brother of my departure.
Then we shall rest at the inn. 'Tis altogether too cramped in these quarters.
What? Cramped spaces are the foundation of camaraderie, I say. Well, to each their own.
What? Each their own what?
Now then.
When do we depart from the island? Not too soon, I take it. I imagine Eurus needs time to craft fake lance. Let's wait until he tells us it's complete. Fidelio's recovery is a fine excuse for us to stay put.
True.
We only need to be there by Saint's Day, then we have some time yet to attend to other matters. We ought to hone our skills or gather more support before we depart. And if Euphor is to really join us, then make sure he's caught up to speed.
Hold on.
Hey,
We got that rock from the old woman on the island, didn't we? She'll be chuffed for sure. Wanted to pray for her grandchild's safety at sea, did she not? Concern for her family is only
Hey there.
natural.
Hold on.
Well, it's a good thing we were able to convince the Magnus brothers to stay on the island while our fake lance is ready.
Most helpful.
Cannot idly while away the time. More battles await us. We should ensure our archetypes are up to the task.
Feeling worn out.
You look like you've been put through the ringer. Nothing like food and rest to fuel the mind and body, eh? What? I just added the what. I feel like that could just be his tick now. What?
Apologies for the intrusion.
something wrong, love? It's late.
My brother had already retired for the day, so I thought I'd wait for tomorrow to tell him. But now that I find myself alone with my thoughts, I'm quite nervous.
Think you'll be able to tell him yourself?
If I cannot even do that, there would be little point in leaving the island. He will understand. After all, he left long before I did.
She sees the
What
book.
is that book?
Oh, it's a fantasy novel. He's never without it.
A fantasy. But what is it a fantasy of?
It's a story about a world very different from ours.
Interesting. Then it is to you as the mainland is to me.
'Tis a world where all people are equal and no conflict exists. Much like the world His Highness once dreamt of.
In truth, 'tis difficult to envisage. All I have known is our own island's history and doctrine, and naught beyond it. So, well, would it be all right if I read some?
Of course, everybody gets to read the novel.
Remarkable. Despite all the people share in common, the world is filled with myriad faiths and beliefs. Accordingly, those in search of spiritual meaning may seek and find many different teachings to guide them. I see. So the people of this world are free to believe as they will. Anyone may follow any god, any dogma.
So basically the opposite of the Sanctus Church.
Our legends say that the ancient world was full of all manner of beliefs too. The people of Eld worshipped many gods from many pantheons. People confronted the anxiety that haunted them.
Thinking back, some of those figures in the temple murals may have been gods.
Yes. That mural depicting myriad gods is an explanation of how this world came to be.
But ultimately, war claimed everything. Suppose that means it wasn't much of a utopia, right?
Perhaps freedom unchecked gave rise to conflict. Either way, to know the past is to ensure history does not repeat. If we are to create a utopia rooted in our world, faith is not enough. We must move onward and take action as allies, because I believe that's how this must be used. This power that guides us to ideals. To walk forward, firmly, fearing nothing.
Fearing nothing.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Right, I guess it's time for links.
Your pardon?
Yufa, and the mainlanders. What is it?
Brother, I must speak with you.
It's a story all about how
Until now,
Okay, never mind.
I have understood nothing. But it is not merely the teachings I
My
failed to
drink is
grasp.
gone. Empty.
I did not understand Mother and Father's wishes, nor indeed your own. As the priestess, I am duty-bound to protect our village. And I would do so not with a weapon, but with understanding. Brother, please permit me to travel alongside these people.
Your own journey. I never thought I'd see the day you'd ask to leave.
We can look after her.
My own journey's end freed me from our customs. Perhaps, had I sought comrades and friends of my own to walk with, I would have found purpose. So be it. Go and see this world with your own eyes. As a parting gift, Yufa, I entrust this to you.
What is it?
Mother's Kakara. With this staff in hand, she will
That's the
travel
weapon
lands
we saw.
beyond our shore, seeking to spread our teachings.
In
I
that
did
brief
not know she
cutscene.
left anything behind. I gladly accept.
I must ask, Yufa, what do you plan to call yourself once off the island?
What do you mean? I am the priestess of Verga Island. Should I be called anything else?
Indeed. To outsiders, we are only the islanders. We have hardly named the land, much less our humble village.
Yes, to the people of the UK, people from Jersey are also the islanders. So I could actually really appreciate this. This is a subtle thing, but it's absolutely true. It's like when you live on a little island off the coast of a large mainland, you know, people just refer to you as Islander.
We once saw no need for a name. We had
Or
rejected
French.
the world outside for so long, we knew but two lands. Those within our borders, and those without. Now that the truth of our traditions has been restored, we may celebrate them. And in that spirit, I would like to name our village.
Our home will have a name.
By your efforts, there is no longer any doubt. The dragon god Et is our village's guardian deity. Thus, it seems only right to call it the home of the dragon god Et. Etria. One day, after years untold, I hope Etria will be a bustling town. People from far and wide will meet here. It will be worthy of its name. At least, that is my fantasy.
I think I found a world I want to be a part of. To that end, everyone, I look forward to our journeys together.
So, you're off to Altaberry. You'll have to watch for the tide, but you should arrive with plenty of time. If you have time yet to relax, our island home is humble, but I hope it is to your liking.
Bob-a-da-boom. We're on a blazing path to saving the prince.
Well then,
Just lovely. Not finished yet?
It took some effort.
Isn't that wonderful?
You found at least one of my stones. You saved me. No, you saved my grandchild's life. The rumors were true then. You do have a good heart. Take a little extra with my thanks.
Mission accomplished.
Passionate raps. All 3 of the stones are safely back in my grasp. Words cannot express my gratitude, my boy. For me, my son, and my wife, we want you to have this. Right, the whole reason that you gathered these was because you couldn't tell your family you dropped them. Yes, at first I tended to hide my mistakes, but after I sent you off, I gave it some more thought. Stones are guiding tools for us fisher folk, that we might find the right path. Could I really pass them to my grandchild under such deception?
I feel fine.
They were shocked, to be sure, but in the end, all of them, even my grandchild, simply laughed and forgave me. When I told them about you, they were all moved that you would go so far for a complete stranger.
Thank you, dearie.
It isn't much, but we'll all be supporting your bid for that throne of yours.
It's all right.
Don't worry, the tides will change. We'll arrive in Altabury with all the same.
Well...
There's something I'd like to ask of you. You see, I'm not quite accustomed to the life outside the island yet. So to avoid any blunders on our forthcoming travels, I'd like to learn about the world ahead of time. And so I was wondering if you could tell me more about other towns, even just a bit would suffice. Sure.
I'm quite grateful.
Let us stroll the beach. I talked to you about the busiest, most bustling street in Grand Trad.
Wow.
It's nothing like Etria, incredible.
Oh wait, do people in Grand Trad have big families?
It's voiced.
What makes you think that?
If it's called Sunlumio Street, then all its residents are of the Sunlumio, are they not? On the island, places are named after the people who live there, so... maybe that's not how it works there? I'm sorry, I must come across so strangely.
Yufa?
You're Welsh, you can't help it.
Brother, I'm learning about the outside world from him. If I remain naive about it, I will only be a burden.
Does living beyond our borders make you anxious, Yufa?
A little. But I shouldn't be, no? This was my own decision.
There's nothing wrong with standing behind your decision.
Precisely, yes. The first time I left the island, I was so nervous my knees shook.
Really? Is that true, brother?
No one steps out into the unknown without some trepidation in their heart. That said, people only fear what they don't know, because they don't fully understand themselves. I believe this is your time, sister. You've heard of the trials of Malnada, have you not? It is an island where a peculiar monster lives. Raised in stagnant magla, the monster reflects the anxiety of those who challenge it, and it provides those who overcome it with proof of their victory. I am one such victor, and I gained a great deal from it. I think you could stand to benefit as well, Yufa. You would count your new friends as reliable warriors, correct?
Of course.
Perhaps you might tempt them with the discarded treasures and armaments of our ancestors there. It will challenge you, to be sure, but you'll walk away better for it. Before you leave, consider testing your strength.
But... what if it proves too challenging?
He did it. It should be easy.
We'll do it together, Yufa.
The weather on the island is unpredictable at best. We won't know how dangerous it will be.
I would never send my precious sister off without regard for her safety. I have some idea of how to handle the weather. Won't you put your faith in your new friend and me? Your focus must be solely on the trial.
I understand. If this proof you speak of will give me the power to step boldly into my future, then I will want for nothing else.
That's the spirit. If you do decide to go, pay me a visit before heading out. I would see you all off safely.
This one's important.
Boom. Oh, it increases wisdom too, which is something I've actually been wanting to improve.
Yes, that's the place. You know, I wouldn't mind visiting if we've the time.
And right there's a labyrinth. Here's where we are in this place. Let's see.
All rather mysterious, isn't it? But knowing you'll be at my side, I admit, I do find my courage. A trial awaits. Please, lend me your strength.
Hey, hasn't that island been abandoned for quite some time? I hope the Magla isn't too strong. But you'd better be prepared for the worst, okay?
Of course. I shall prepare my best and most firmest FBI open up as I kick the door in.
Alright then.
Thank you, dearie. Hey, mister!
You saved our island. It's nice to give things people when you want to say thank you. So here, I found it at the well. Golden beetle. That was nice.
Hiya.
Suppose people were saying that they were holding in. It's oozing out like pus from a sword. Meeting new people can really change your world, eh? Never thought I'd live on this island forever. Never questioned it. Alright.
Alright then.
I don't have enough wisdom to go to that shop that I was denied access to before. And I've bought everything that I want to buy. Okay, I need wisdom to unstick her. Alonso is available. And I'm going to presume that What's-Her-Face does not become, Yufa doesn't become a link until you do her quest.
Alright then.
So I guess you've got very little choice but to do that one.
Alright then. Go.
And we got Barden to unstick. That worm might be beatable with my current power.
What now?
It's level 60 though, so it'll be rough. But at least I'm not level 40 anymore. I'm, you know, 8 levels is pretty big. What I should do. Archetypal ring. I've only got 4, so I'll just put them on whoever. You know, there's only space for one more. Now that she's been added. There must only be one more character. 7 total. Yeah, that's right, because she wasn't in my party before. So yeah, there's space for one more character.
Alright then. Alright.
Who is the one more? Could be anybody.
Right. Got it.
You could always consult the box. I can't remember where I put the box. It's in my room somewhere. Oh yeah, it's under my notepad. The box might give us a hint as to who the missing person is. You know what? I think my bets are still on that it's Katharina. Or I'm wrong about the UI. But no, but Katharina's already... She's already in the links. Here. In between ones that are not main characters. So it might not be her. I think Yuna and Euphia are definitely these two. Probably in that order. And that I just haven't been able to unlock their linkage. So that leaves one character left. Okay. What was Yuna's request to unstick her as well? Because she wanted to do something. Okay.
Alright then. Let's go.
Let's go to the Golden Deer Hearth and get all the information.
Fancy a bit of info?
Bird monster on the Orbwise Path.
Want in on this?
The Orbwise Path is where we inter and mourn our dead. If you die in this island, you can spit your bones to rest there for eternity. Monsters have only on rampage lately, and we haven't been able to mourn
Just
anyone.
between us.
The area has become a stomping ground of cocodors. They prefer their prey to be soft and fleshy, so make sure to fortify your defense before facing them. Heard they have a skill that repels non-magic attacks. We know fire is effective against them, but no one's been able to defeat them yet. Mind it cold too. Many monsters use a tech that can freeze you in your tracks. Because of these things, no one can get close to the place, which makes me quite sad. It may be an Why can't I say that today? I'll just use old. It may be an old custom. It's antiquated. There we go. Don't know why I choked on that word. Antiquated custom. But nevertheless important for us islanders.
Want in on this?
The Land of Ceremony is a special place for us. Before you venture outside the island, the youth go there to face a trial. It's not mandatory, of course. From what I've heard, the trial itself tasks the subject with defeating a monster within. It's said the bizarre creature doesn't resemble any living thing. I wonder if it's
Just
truly a
between
monster.
us.
Rumour has it that it likes to summon its little friends. Its companions strengthen it, and when it hits you with a barrage of wind magic. Apparently it's weak to fire. There's a bird-like monster called Leogryph there. The closer you are to it, the worse its attacks get. If I were you, I'd attack from a distance and avoid using wind magic, since it won't be effective.
Say there.
Alright, let's unstick this request from Yuna and the request from Euphia. Are probably
Alright then.
important in unlocking their links. So that is something we should definitely do. That's the Yuna one.
Alright then.
Alright, to the Gauntlet Runner. I'm going to
Capital! Everyone's here!
slightly change my strategy here of always be doing links first, because I think I can unlock. I think there's potentially I can unlock the link with Yuna and the link with Yufa. There must be a link with the two of them. They're quite clearly main characters. They're on the front of the box, so there must be something I need to do to start a
Wait,
relationship
rest
with
for just
them.
a moment.
And these are probably what need doing.
Ah, I see.
So we'll do this one
Should be
first.
enchanting.
And then
What
Yuna's one
lurks
is here.
below?
And then there's also a quest down here.
And right there's a labyrinth.
What should we do? We might fill a request there.
You got nothing to be sorry for, love. We're friends. Helping each other is what we do. Whatever it takes, we'll knock this
I
trial
should
out
very
together.
much like
Very
to
well
go
then.
there.
Yeah, but... It's your call. Here's where we are now.
We might fill a request there.
I should.
Yeah, but it's your...
So that's 2 days to get there.
Let's...
But it's only 1 day to get there.
That's where you want to go?
All right.
Yeah, but... It's your call. Here's where we are now.
It appears to be a labyrinth.
We might fill a request there.
Ah, I don't care. Let's just go.
I should very much like to go there.
Yeah, but it's your call.
The weather is bad there today.
Great.
That doesn't mean it will be
Let's
bad
move out.
there tomorrow. Bum, 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 bum.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Some sort of altar that's appeared in the lounge. Yufa said something about it possessing divine powers, so give it a look.
What to pick?
Wait. Why are you polishing your helmet? It blew up. Or did you have like a spare? Did she just have a spare identical one? I'm gonna presume that this takes time.
What do you want to do? Not doing that?
Okay. She's saying the same thing that she said before. Alright, we've never made this before, let's make it.
That...
Of course, the stale bread is a Hulkenberg special. There's much to discover on your first trip to any town. That said, I tend to focus on the various cuisines on offer. I find it fascinating that a dish using the same combination of ingredients can result in something altogether different depending on who cooked it.
That's...
Perhaps the same could be said of people. Every new experience and smallest wisdom gained influences who we are. To that end, what if I abandoned my usual methods and opened up my mind? Were I to challenge myself thusly, could a new creation be born? Uh-oh. These ingredients are the same they've ever been, but today their luster is brighter, don't you think?
You see?
Never drop your guard, especially not when you think you have won. That moment we fall back on our most common habits.
All right.
The stale black bread is complete. So she says.
All right then.
Okay,
All right then.
do I have any linkage to do? Nope.
Well,
Sure, let's improve our imagination.
But then, actually,
Will you join me for a bit of meditation? Sure.
I'm very happy.
I'm very happy. I haven't been so happy until since I went to the British town and got something delicious from the restaurant there. Don't know. Because I grew up with Welsh culture, because my mum is half Welsh. All I can think of is offensive things, which I shouldn't say on YouTube. All I can think of is offensive Welsh jokes.
What do you think?
I still can't focus entirely.
However...
So it goes your first time. Let's keep practicing. I too have visions whenever I manage to calm my mind through this practice. Such as one time I saw my ideal self in the future. However, I also know that the country has dark times ahead, even if I do manage to defeat Louis and bring peace.
I too will.
I'm not so naive to think that everyone in the land will suddenly come together as one. Don't know how we're really going to solve that. True, serenity will win the day, and I aspire to be someone who can be counted on to help resolve disputes when they arise. I aspire to practice kindness, one who counsels those on the wrong path or those who have strayed altogether.
I realized.
I believe that since I too once lost my way, I'll know how to help others in the same circumstances. I know you're the best person for that particular task. I feel like it will really come true if you say so. Your words have a mysterious sort of power. I'm sorry, we're supposed to be meditating now. I've done nothing but talk. Being you makes me want to contemplate so many things.
But then...
I feel as though things have become a little clearer for me now. You have such a lively and animated group is, I'm sure, thanks to you.
Hey.
You're just as much to thank for that.
I'm very happy.
Thank you for saying so, but I think that with you at the centre it's been so much easier for everyone to bond in such a wonderful way. Being with you has made my path forward a little clearer, so I'm glad we found time to talk today. Since we're here, why not meditate for a few minutes more?
Now then.
Bosh! Rank 4, get! That might unstick something.
Imagination. Why, that's...
Still need to work on that wisdom.
Nura speaking.
Got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
As the sunset stretches the gauntlet runner's shadow across the water, they arrive at the prismatic sea. Sailors whisper of an otherworldly view visible in these parts, if you survive the terrors of the deep. Yet somehow, the sailors have never found an unimpeachable source, and the party was about to understand why.
Well, that's pretty.
So pretty.
I've never seen so much red in the sky. It's like it's on fire. The setting sun is akin to a streak of crimson ink bleeding its color into the sky and sea alike. Well, I'll be damned, Stroll. I didn't know you were such a poet. Isn't that surprising?
Hey.
His parents gave him a good upbringing.
Oh, right.
I suppose that's true, yeah.
Be that as it may.
Our problems feel so trivial when faced with the true sublimity of the natural world. Almost makes you want to scream, doesn't it?
Hmm?
Huh? Now you've lost it. It's just you.
But...
Don't you feel the urge to sing when you see something such as this? Well, I suppose. There are moments when I feel like I just want to express my feelings with a song.
Oh my.
Wait, was this your way of requesting a performance?
A special little number.
Well then, I must oblige, but this sea air isn't great on my vocal cords, so I'll keep it short.
Alright.
Hey, free wisdom. Which is good, because I've got like two things that are stuck on wisdom for. I've captured the moment to paper. Quite evocative piece, if I say so myself. It's almost as though you can hear the young miss singing, isn't it? Another gift from Maria.
The gauntlet runner arrives at an encampment, and sensing no imminent threats, they breathe a collective sigh of relief. Yet the day draws to an end, and all are left to wonder how to spend the evening hours.
doing a link, if there is one. And if there isn't one, then improving stats. She's still polishing that helmet.
Alright then.
Is there a link? No. Is that eloquence? I certainly wouldn't mind picking up 6 eloquence.
Oh.
Kitchen and bedrooms, there's even a washroom. Everything we need is here. The Gauntlet Runner feels more akin to a house with legs. Just think of the relations that could be established between the island and mainland if Gauntlet Runners would become accessible to more people. Everyone's in their lightwear, but Yuna just like always wears her dress. Oh no, it's like a kind of underdress, isn't it? Right, anyway, that's it for now as we are out of time. But it's pretty rare to see an eloquence event, so I'm going to go for that one. That'll be 6 eloquence for me. Tolerance and wisdom, I still need to... My priority is to unstick wisdom, but I'll choose it when it makes sense to choose it, not to sacrifice opportunities to get big numbers. And that's... Oh, you know, that is wisdom. But eloquence is also below wisdom, and I don't want to fall behind on any of the stats. It's a tough choice, for sure, because I will get 6 out of either one of these. I think eloquence will be harder to raise in the long term, so that's probably the one I should go for. Anyway, that is it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.